It's time now for our focus report. Sad but true, child kidnappings have been commonplace in the Democratic Republic of Congo for years. Way back in 2007, the charity Save the Children said the situation there was catastrophic. In recent months, things have worsened, especially in the town of Goma, where more and more children are being snatched, tortured and often killed when their parents can't afford to pay the hefty ransoms. Some viewers may find this report from our colleagues at France 2 television distressing.
A tombstone, just like any other in Goma cemetery. This father is haunted by the memory of his son, who died in the most horrible of circumstances. His name was Charles, and he was just 8 years old. He was murdered in May 2017. His kidnappers cut his throat. His body was found in the streets of Goma, seen in this video filmed by his family. His abductors asked for money, but killed Charles 8 days later because he had seen their faces.
Oui, on a donné l'argent, mais malgré tout, on l'a tué. Comme l'enfant disait qu'ils connaissent d'autres et tous les groupes. Bon, on l'a tué.
Charles was killed to terrify the local population. He is the only child to have been killed, but is one of dozens that have been kidnapped. Cases of child abduction in Goma have reached an alarming rate over the last 2 years. Kidnappers target children regardless of their age and use whatever force necessary. Josepha was taken last July.
J'ai peur. J'ai fait 6 jours là-bas. J'ai mangé plus. On me frappait seulement. Les matins jusqu'à la nuit, on me frappait seulement.
They beat him constantly, especially before they called us and during phone calls. They did it so we could hear the pain, hear him scream down the phone.
The kidnappers asked for 6,000 euros, more than 3 times the average annual salary in Congo. Josepha's mother is unemployed and has no savings, but the kidnappers target the poor as well as the rich.
They said, "We're the people who cut that other child's throat. Now we're with your son, Josepha." At that point, I passed out. When the kidnapping started, I never thought they would take my son away because they asked the parents for a ransom. I don't have a job or any money. I thought they only took children from rich parents.
Brigitte managed to borrow around 1,000 euros to free her son, who spent 3 days in hospital before returning home. The police, who knew about the kidnapping from the start, asked for 400 euros to launch an investigation. Corruption is rife in Goma. Many in the police and the justice system take bribes. Faced with extreme violence and corruption, many people seek solace in God. Pastor David Bissimois himself has been a victim. His 6-year-old son was kidnapped for 10 days.
D'arrêter la criminalité qui règne dans ce pays. Nous implorons la paix, Seigneur notre Dieu. Oui, Jésus. Oui, Seigneur notre Dieu.
His son's suspected kidnappers were arrested, but were released 3 months later, without trial.
Bon, trop de traumatisme parce que c'est comme ça. C'est ça ce que j'ai dit, on les avait relâchés. Je les vois parce qu'on ne se parle pas. On est devenus comme des chiens et chats. C'est mes voisins. Parmi eux, il y a des voisins.
Residents here are always on edge. They live among the kidnappers. Criminals have amassed small fortunes from ransom money and are often known to authorities. As night falls, parents send their children inside. Playing outside is too risky. Prosecuting kidnappers is almost impossible in Goma. Today, the father of Charles, the 8-year-old killed by his kidnappers, has a meeting with his lawyer. Those accused of killing his son have been arrested, but they are yet to have gone to trial. Charles's father has recently received death threats at home.
Ça va un peu? Bon, ça ne va pas.
He's at breaking point, and his lawyer is not optimistic. The criminals are rich, he says, and therefore powerful.
Celui qui a l'argent, qu'est-ce qu'il va en faire? C'est pour dissiper, faire disparaître des preuves.
It takes courage to fight for justice in Congo. Only 30 child kidnappings have been reported in the last 2 years, while the majority of families suffer in silence.